after the storm comes the rainbow. At least, that is what optimistic people seem to say. The last few months have been more upbeat, have encouraged you to take a look at banks, the property sector, industrial, and perhaps now more hospitality. I can't say that I saw the pandemic as the cause of the market cycle winter, but looking back, I did give you somewhat of an appropriate advance warning. No one has a crystal ball to see how the road ahead will be, but we can open our eyes, look around at the news unfolding, and sometimes extrapolate possible outcomes. What will come out of this pandemic? What does COVID-19 situation in Singapore now says about the market? Please stay on to find out more. What seemed interesting is that the borders were literally shut down. Relations and family were separated for extended periods of time, much like how a war might have resulted in curfews and people with siege mentality kicking in. Hence, the odd behaviors of a minority few. Once the borders reopen, there will be a lot of pent-up movement. I know a lot of Malaysians stuck here wish to visit their family and children whom they have not seen for nearly 2 years. You have to feel for them. You need to only look outside the Malaysian High Commission each morning for an idea. There was a lot of stimulus, and there is a clear agenda to invest in clean energy and living, and a shift away from the old ways of doing business, where once upon a time, hawkers would never have thought of going online to expand their sales. Now, it is a do or die situation, where once upon a time, you moved around freely. Now your whereabouts are known at every turn of the corner when you do a check-in and check-out via safe entry, from the malls to the shops to even the wet markets. I suppose after COVID-19, hawkers and markets will be quite different. A lot of hawkers would probably hang up their aprons, and stalls will also give up after the Jurong Port incident. Generally speaking, COVID-19 fears seems to be receding among the general population here, and there is a good reason for it. Vaccination rates are high and continuing to climb. In the grand scheme of things, 37 deaths to date says there was generally decent handling by the authorities. You probably had a higher industrial accident number, deaths by road accidents, suicide, and deaths by other diseases. There has been a distinct shift in narrative towards the reopening when the vaccination numbers are at 80%. As companies emerge from the pandemic, there will be improvement in earnings and a pickup in dividend payouts along with improved outlooks. This bodes well for the market for maybe 1 to 2 years. Please take a look at the links below this video for more information. Looking at Capital Land, for example, notice how the company, having done an absorption of Ascenders, is repackaging and doing an unleashing of value. Try to notice the patterns and looking for big movements by key players like Temasek and GIC. Coming to Keppel Corp and Sam Marine, is it possible that when Keppel Offshore and Marine is merged with Sam Marine, their shipyards form part of the assets of the merged entity? Would there be a need to dispose of Keppel Offshore and Marine's yards in Singapore? And could this give a boost to Sam Marine's battered share price? But there will be sharing of workers, yards, and order books, and there will be bigger projects to bid for. A new cycle might be unfolding. At the end of the day, markets are driven by sentiment, and my personal belief is that sentiment is picking up. Do not worry about rate hikes just yet. Those are clouds in the sky. Not every cloud leads to downpours. This brings us to the end of the video. This video is for your information only, and is not meant to constitute financial advice, nor is it meant as a solicitation to trade. Please leave a comment, click on the subscribe button, or simply like this video. Fortis Fortuna Adiavat. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. See you in the next video.